The greatest thing to have ever graced Langrisser is coming to an end. I will never forget you, Fairy Tail. Let's try to distract our mind and talk about the next update that will take over Fairy Tail, which features Sharikh and Rapier. I haven't done too much research on them in a very long time, but I still do have some form of recollection of how they both were like. So I say we start with Sharikh, an AoE DPS, cause if you guys know me, I'm an AoE fanatic, and lords know that I can't stop glazing them. He's a physical DPS who's part of the Dark Euless Meteor faction that can be Assassin and Cavalry class, who will need Abishai for his defense bond. His talent boosts attack and crit with no melee reduction. When actively attacking and dealing damage, he applies Anguished Laughter that increases their chances to be critted, and after they take damage, they are hit with fixed damage that scales on 25% of HP loss for 2 turns. So yeah, AoEs can be scary. An AoE that deals crit damage? Even scarier. That's kind of why Lena was weird for quite some time. But now imagine that with fixed damage on top of it. His skills are quite annoying. You're gonna see something very similar to Theon. He has this 1C that steals and applies a debuff when he deals fixed damage, and his 2C AoE also applying a debuff with skill cooldown if it crits and can be used again. Then he's able to move back. All of this combined with Goblin Elf, which is a soldier that he does have. All of this combined with that, you're gonna see some nasty stuff like how Theon could do. Then you got his 3C, the passive on it. If he hasn't dealt any damage, then he gets Terrain Master for 2 turns. It's an AoE that teleports forward 3 blocks and attacks within 2 blocks to disable Accessory and Heal block for 2 turns. He will also get a buff called Parting Gift that lets him do an AoE upon death to everyone with Anguish to apply the same debuff. In PvE, instead of disabling Accessory, it increases damage taken. Also, the Farewell Gift buff lasts 1 turn. So yeah, you can see like a more of a Theon thing going on. So he's doing a ton of buffs, applying a great amount of debuffs, and yeah, you got Vincent Sua. Actually, I don't think I can say that. Self-harming kind of playstyle, reckless playstyle. So yeah, so there's definitely like 2 ways of playing him because of the way how his like gameplay is. You know, he got his like 1C, the 2C, the Goblin Elf, talent even 2, so you could focus on providing a huge pressure to the opponents by just simply being very annoying. You can easily get away with it since he does have skill cooldown and can move again. Just imagine all the damage that he can inflict. Very annoying to deal with. And then you can also play him very aggressively too. That's what his 3C is there for, to try and end it all. Another good soldier that he does have is the SP Dragon Troopers. So he already has that mobility for him going, plus the fact that he can be Cavalry class 2. And he also does have an Ignore Guard skill too if you want to try to go for like a guaranteed kill kind of thing. Just know that he's more of a AoE specialist. So that's going to be like the main focus of your build. So definitely his Cavalry class is going to be his best choice. So he can reach his opponents alongside with the Balance Blade equip. Unless you like the Assassin class more, then by all means go ahead. Both have different build variations, whereas the Assassin's focus more on a lot of damage, and then the Cavalry has a more focus on just trying to reach your opponents. Next up is Rapier. She's probably the weirdest character that we had in a while, where she has her sights set on one enemy. Just like me whenever I see Vargas in Apex Arena. She's a physical DPS who's part of the Empire, Princess, and Euless faction that can be infantry and cavalry class who needs Theon for her attack bond. Her talent boosts her attack and defense. At the end of her turn, she can cast Justice Combat to 1 target. So if an enemy attacks anyone else other than her, they lose 5 buffs before battle. If an ally fights that enemy, then Rapier teleports near them before battle and is able to act again. When Rapier attacks them, they attack last and cannot revive. Rapier is a bona fide hater, is what I like to imagine, setting up kind of like a 1v1. I mean, I get it. If I had to see what I'm up against in Apex Arena, I would be a hater too. But once he has her stats increase when fighting the enemy with justice and dispels all debuffs and copies the removed buffs on the target. The Thxs is an AoE that teleports enemies, and her battle banner terrain will be placed on the selected terrain along with the enemies. The command effect reduces their defense and slows them down while removing 2 buffs. If the enemy with justice is there, then they are teleported to the center first and the command will double. Her Thx passive does even more damage to an enemy with justice. It's a single target where if there's an enemy with justice within 3 blocks, then attacking anyone else will cause that target to fight instead. Otherwise, Rapier will take less damage. If an enemy is killed by this, then the cooldown is fully refreshed and heals 30% HP. If the target has justice, then she copies 3 random self-removed buffs from all her Empire teammates and resets the cooldown of her talent. I never considered it, but I think I need to seriously shard her up because I do not think I have seen a bigger hater in this game, much like Rapier herself. Like, never mind all these like attacking first, dispelling stuff, like all of those are great, right? But can we talk about that act again? She's country hopping like Z2 can. So yeah, I can definitely see her being really good character, like a top tier one, maybe. And if we look away from that, Rapier herself can move just fine. You know, she's a cavalry class, and she does have a act again skill for her Thx. She doesn't have any other good 1C skills, so her Thx is going to be her only attacking skill. And so that means with that, you got 1 chance to take them down with a Thx. You got 1 goal with her and 1 goal with her only, so make it count. Once you succeed, you can inflict on the next opponent for that intimidation factor. So yeah, if you really need a strong DPS, then Rapier can be worth the pickup. Moving on to what some of you guys were hoping to see. That is SP Bozel. Big bad man turned comedic relief. But let's check out to see if it's worth it. His new talent ignores skill cost and ignores class types. When using skills, all skills that have a certain amount of debuffs can be targeted to that enemy and soldiers can attack with while applying another debuff. Yeah, I guess that's cool and all. You know, the class ignore is quite big and now he just plays like Patricia. What about his new skills though? The first one is a single target that applies Shadow of Chaos terrain that reduces magic defense before battle and they get a random debuff. Then a new AoE that changes a buff into a debuff while also applying the terrain effect. So they made him play identically to Patricia. I mean, it's a sizable buff, yeah. I mean, it's a sizable buff, but I don't think that warrants like really game-changing stuff for Bozel in my opinion. I mean, sure, yeah, like he plays differently now, that's for sure. So he's just sitting in the back, letting teammates set the things up for him. It's really the only thing that's different about him. Like he's still applying like a colossal amount of debuffs. That's like his whole main thing about him. And I suppose the rest of the stuff are okay, I suppose. But it doesn't warrant anything that feels different, I feel like. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like not enough. There are others who deserve way more that changes the way that they play tremendously. Because the buff is alright, like it's not bad per se, but it just still feels like normal Bozel, if that makes sense. Some new SP soldiers include bandits. The crit stays the same, attack is further increased, and no melee reduction. Yeah, a plain and generic buff. You guys remember SP Faceless? Just use them instead. The Dark Alchemist is the second one, most of which stay the same, but now using a ranged skill lets them attack as well, but by further 1 block. Yup, so more range for our magic DPS. It is pretty good. It's something I feel like was expected if they were ever going to get a buff, so they are good for that reason. It's like using the Scepter. You may not see anyone use them, and that is because not a lot of mage units can actually use them, surprisingly enough. Ghost Fog is the last one, so they take 20% less physical damage rather than the 15% and ignores class types. So yeah, I guess the heals are great, but honestly, this goes to show that they need to stop releasing SP soldiers every month and give a few months break before releasing some new batches. if they're gonna throw stuff like SP bandits at us. Like, give us 2 or 3 months break in between, because I feel like we are getting overwhelmed with the amount of soldiers we are getting. At least the Dark Alchemists are the only good one, for a simple reason, mind you. For the exclusive equipment, it's a weapon for Safreen. Can't believe it's already that time, we're getting it. Her summon cannot be targeted, which is removed if the enemy are nearby it. And tiles within 3 blocks is considered to be on grass for the enemy, which is removed for the next turn. Her summon can recycle the other ones instead of Safreen. The non-Safreen people, you may not understand, so let me break it down for you as a Safreen enthusiast. I haven't used it in quite some time, I already miss her. But this means that her summon can wander freely to help set up Safreen for a combo attack and even repositioning. The grassland thing I feel like is definitely for her 3C to disable at again. And then the summon thing transforming into the other one means that it can reset the cooldown, the skill cooldown, and can even act again. The only thing I can't really tell you is if the skill will change or if its current skill will be fully refreshed. That's something I haven't seen eye to eye. For the new casting skills, one of them is for McClaine. When attacking enemies in water, his damage increases. When casting his 3C, if in water, he can act again 2 blocks. Not bad. Act again are always a huge deal, and McClaine does like to spam his water terrain a lot. Definitely it changes the way how you can use his 3C on top of having a act again skill on his own. Can you imagine this guy with spirit boots? Can almost probably move like Nornrin. The other one is for Captain Mack. His terrain increases by 1 and inside it is considered to be in water. They should have gotten a bit more crazier considering he introduced us to the best event of all time. Justice for the cat, man. As for the interesting banners that we can all expect coming in this update, a red up for Z2, a great DPS if you need one, and Selka, who is one of the best support characters in the game. Then a Destiny banner that has Pressia in it to unlock bonds for the common characters that we use nowadays. As for the content to expect, a new Time Rift chapter, the beloved Endless Voyage, Captain Mack's login event to get him for free, I wonder how long that's been, a teaser for the 7th anniversary to show off some stuff to expect in it, Bozel's event where you do small missions to accumulate rewards, Captain Mack's prize thingy, whatever the name of it is called. You get a title as the final prize, just farm your dailies to exchange for the rewards, and then Angelica's ticket roulette to get an old Macholotto skin. Speaking of skins, the Echo of Light for Sharikh and Rapier. What did he do to Sharikh? What did he do to him? The dude does not look... His default skin looks 1,000 times better. But look at him, you got the guy standing on his side, you got the outfit on. This looks so much better. I can't believe what I'm looking at with this. As for Rapier, I'm sure we're all looking at it respectfully. Yeah, that's right. I know what kind of people you are. With Season 22 coming to an end, the champion skin for Ashen will be released for 118 skin vouchers, unless they change it, just like the prices of games. So that means in Season 23, the gold skin for Luna will be available and the silver soldier skins for the Dragon Trooper as well. I do want to mention this, but these are already out, but I just want to throw in Pressia and Selka summon skin. They were released at this point in time for CN. I do not think that they're going to release them again unless the global devs want to make me look dumb. But winter is coming up, so we may get some rerun skins during this update. And if a new one does come out, it should be released in all servers at the same time. I can't tell you what they are because it has not been leaked yet. Like I said before, it could be this update or in the next one. Alright, so that was about everything, if not most of everything that we can expect in this update for Global. As always, expect some changes here and there since Global does that. I do want to take a second real quick to say that right after this is the 7th anniversary, so some big stuff will be coming in there. I hope that you all were saving, like probably all of us did when Black Friday showed up. Because good lord, there were some games that I wanted to buy. But anyways, besides that, I'm talking about characters like Kumbaba, the 7th anniversary character, who is a really good support DPS that likes to make it harder for enemies to hit her and her teammates. Did I forget to mention that she's an Origin faction buff as well? Where is the Meteor faction buff? We need a new one. But this also means that there is the wishlist banner as well. So you can get characters like Angelina. Do I need to say more? I would say that these are worth your time compared to Sharikh and Rapier. These two are great characters on their own respectfully, but you definitely have a wider range of options if you just wait for the anniversary to get the characters that you want and unlock bonds. But as I like to say, don't let me tell you what to do. You play in whichever way that you like. I'm just here to help you guys out. Myself personally, I'm gonna be pulling for both of them because 1, I like AoE, so I'm definitely getting Sharikh. 2, I somehow made up a headcanon that Rapier is a big hater. I do find that hilarious, and I do need to take my frustration out on some characters in this game if I'm able to do that. So I think I'm gonna get along with her just fine. Endless Voyage, I'm always excited for that, and stuff like the new casting and SP soldiers were mostly underwhelming. At least Safreen's weapon looks good. But that's all I got to say. If you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and while you're at it, feel free to let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about this update, or you got any plans for the 7th anniversary. With all that said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and take care. So yeah, thanks for watching. Your fellow Z.